Hey everyone, welcome back. We are here for video number 10 today of our Fundamentals of Functional Movement Flows. We've got 2 more videos after this in this series, so we're going to 12, and then we're going to be doing a short series on balance and falls, and that will be a 3-part series that's coming your way soon. So let's get to number 10 today. We're working on some postural alignment and stability today. We're going to work a little bit on our core and a little bit on our back strengthening, both of which are super important if you're having postural issues or if you're having back pain. So this is a great one for you if you're having either of those issues. We're going to get right into it. As always, adaptations are a little bit later on. You can click ahead to see those, but I'm going to start with the full versions here. So our first exercise of the day is an awesome postural exercise. It's a little bit challenging, so you might find that you wobble a little bit. Make sure you're safe. If you need a wall beside you or a chair beside you or somebody around, please set that up. What we're going to do is work on our posture and balance and also our reciprocal patterning. So when we walk, naturally we use a reciprocal pattern, which means if my right leg is going forward, my left hand is going forward. What happens with Parkinson's is that we lose that fairly quickly, and it has a big effect on our gait, our posture, and all these different aspects of our movement. So we're going to work on it today. Exercise number 1, you're going to lift your leg up and you're going to reach down for your heel on the same side. As you do that, your opposite arm is going to go to the sky. Once you're there and stable, you're going to lean forward and switch arms. So what this is doing is challenging my brain to find that reciprocal pattern while stacking my alignment and strengthening my muscles in that nice, tall, stable position. All right. Again, it's okay if you wobble. That foot that you're standing on is going to be working really hard. And if you need to go to a wall for stability, that's just fine. We're going to do 5 on one side, and then we're going to do 5 on the other. Okay. So once you've done 5 on one side, you just switch to the other side. Your hand reaches down to the same heel. By pulling that knee up, you're going to stretch your posture up to the sky. You're going to reach the other hand all the way up, and then you're going to lean forward. All right? Now, again, these exercises might seem challenging the first time you do them. The idea is that as we flow through, your body gets used to them a little bit, and it's okay for them to be challenging, right? If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. That's one of my favorite mottos. We'll talk about ways you can make this a little bit easier in those adaptations as well. All right? First exercise of the day. Once you've done 5 repetitions of that, we're going to come down onto all 4s, and we're going to go into our gorilla position. I'll show you this sideways to start. So our gorilla position means your knees are directly under your hips and your wrists are directly under your shoulders. So we want to avoid being out here, and we want to avoid being in that plank position. We're going to get into a nice box, and like I always tell you guys, you should be able to balance a tray of martinis on your spine. So all we're going to do today with our gorilla is we're just going to hold for 10 seconds. You're going to pull your belly button into your spine. You're going to lift your chest nice and tall, and you're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As stable as you can be that whole time. You've done this one before in some of our other flows, so you should be starting to get used to it, but we're not moving anywhere this time. We're just holding. The next one we're going to do is lie down onto our bellies. Okay, we're going to go into a nice back strengthening exercise. So what I want you to think about when you're doing this, and it's very important to know that we're not trying to get high off the ground. What we're trying to do is strengthen our back in a lengthened position. So you're going to have your hands to your ears. You're going to lift your elbows off the ground and lift your feet off, and we're going to hold for 10 seconds. Now, I'm not trying to pull all the way up here. It's not necessary. What I'm thinking about is lengthening my head as far as I can get it forward, and my toes as far as I can get them back. So I'm just going to lift slightly. I'm going to squeeze my bum, squeeze my elbows as high as they can get off the ground, keeping my chest nice and low. And I'm going to count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. So if you were to translate that position into standing, when you think about it, you're just trying to create that nice, tall, lined up position, right? We don't want to stand like this. So we're just trying to translate that position from standing into lying down. those are your 3 exercises. Nothing super complicated, but they will be tricky when you try them. We're going to go over a few adaptations, and then I'll take you through a 2-minute run of them, and you can continue into your 3 to 10 minute round. So, adaptations. For the standing balance one, absolutely you can use a wall. The safest place to do an exercise if you're having balance challenges is in the corner with a chair in front of you. So you're blocked into a little square, a safe square. And if you tip in either direction, you've got a wall or a chair to support you. Okay? If you're really not sure, make sure you have somebody nearby to keep you safe. So if you're doing this and you need a wall, you're just going to bring your hand to the wall, reach your heel to the same hand, just like we did before. And then as I go down, I'm going to move my arm forward, but the other arm is going to stay stable on the wall to support me. So it looks like this. Okay? Alternatively, if you need a little more support, you come closer, and as I lean down, I can actually lean my hip, into the wall a little bit as well. Okay? Only use the support you need to feel safe. If you can't lean forward that far, but you can do it off the wall, you can just go forward a little bit. You don't have to go far. Okay? It's harder the further down you go, but you don't have to go all the way there. You can just lean a little bit. We're trying to get that nice reciprocal pattern. Okay? Number 2, the gorilla pose. If you can't do gorilla on the floor, no problem. Use a couch, a bench, a box, whatever you have in your house. And you're going to just get into as close to that position as you can on that box. And you're going to hold for a solid 10 seconds. Again, we're not in plank. Our bum is not in the air. You want to drop your knees as low as they can get to the ground. Hold nice and stable and steady for 10 solid seconds. All right? Let's say that you can't get onto the ground for the extensions either. No problem. You're going to get into your same position into a plank on your box or your couch. This time, instead of our feet being forward, we're going to walk them back, and we're just going to bring our hand to our elbow. Our hand to our ear. Sorry, guys. Okay. And we're going to get into that nice extended position. Instead of holding for 10 seconds, you're going to do 10 repetitions total. All right. And if that surface is too low, you come even higher to a wall. You get into that same position. You pull one hand out to the ear and back, and you do 10 of them. All right? Whichever level you are starting at is just fine. Work at your level. You can always work your way up as you continue to practice these. Doing something is always, always, always better than doing nothing, so don't feel like you need to go to the hardest version. All right? Here we go. We're going to do 2 minutes through. Get everything ready. We'll start our timer, and off we go. Starting with those nice big reaches, stabilizing through that foot. You'll see that, again, I'm in bare feet. It's a really great way to help your body connect to the floor and figure out what that balance point is that you're trying to find. So if you have the capacity to do it in bare feet, it is a great way to do it. If you need shoes for bracing or stability, that's fine too. 5 one side, and then 5 the other. Again, wobbling is just fine. Get your balance when you can, but that foot that you're standing on should be working pretty darn hard to keep you stable as you do this, right? If these are feeling super easy, then start going a little bit lower, reaching a little bit higher. This should not feel super duper easy. That's it, guys. 5 each side. Whoop. One side is always, always, always going to be harder than the other, and we know that's exacerbated with Parkinson's because it's, in most cases, starting one-sided. So it's okay that one side is always harder than the other. All right? That's why we train them separately. So 10-second gorilla hold. Pull that belly in. Lift those knees. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, guys. Onto your belly. We're going to think about lengthening our head way forward, reaching our toes way back, and we're just going to lift a little bit, and then we're going to pull those elbows up a little bit higher. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Pull those elbows up a little bit more, keeping the chest nice and stable. 2, and 1. Well done. Right back into it. Again, remember with the flows, the idea is to keep going through these exercises at a nice fluid pace. Your body will start to get used to them. You'll start to warm up and start to get better and better at those exercises as we practice. These also, like I've said before, are a great way to warm up if you're doing a different activity like running or walking. There's our 2 minutes. It flies by. Okay, I'll finish 5 on this side. So you guys keep going. That was 2 minutes. That means you should be able to get a few rounds through with your 10-minute timeline there. But yeah, it's a great exercise to use for warming up for different activities that you may be doing, a cardio, a walk, things like that. All right. So that's our flow for today. Nice and quick. Keep going for your 10-minute round. I will see you back next week with number 11, and then one more week after that with number 12, and then we'll get on to our falls and balance. All right. Great to see you guys. Have a good one. We will see you soon.